When we looked to install the SRG cameras, the purpose was a couple. The auto tracking, which we'll discuss a little bit more, is definitely the main feature to it all. But I use these cameras in different positionalities to the room. I've had a lot of requests now for dual cameras because the COVID change came and people wanted to see the audience in the room, and we put ceiling mics in for them to be heard, but they wanted to be seen. So we're now doing a lot of 2-camera rooms, which allows us to switch back and forth from cameras. But we also do in a lot of our clinics. So I mentioned the nursing school, we have a lot of sets where they do an over-the-top plinth camera. That's one set of group. Physical therapy is another group that approached me. They wanted to do overhead so that they could show the body being manipulated in the maneuvers they do for their programs. So they were able to see in different aspects, be able to zoom in and be able to get the coverage that they want. So that's really where the cameras have been a great, huge benefit to us.
Prior to using Sony's AI-powered cameras, we really didn't have a good solution with tracking. Typically on our touch panels, we'd offer pan, tilt, zoom. The only problem is that they had to be at the touch panel to select that, or the recall presets. Another solution we worked at relied on lapels, and those constantly had issues with either not being visible to the cameras, we'd have interference from the sun, and it just wasn't providing really the quality and expectations that we wanted.
So that's when we started to seek out a solution that worked for us. And my programmers actually were trying to make all this hard convoluted math work at his desk to do auto tracking from using our ceiling microphone. He was trying to make the sound in the room position with spatial positioning to find the talent with the camera. So he went through all this math and he made it work. But
now, with the Sony SRG cameras with the auto tracking feature, we don't have to worry about any of that. It's just we install it, set it up, and it's good to go. We're done in 5 minutes.
One of the things that I love about the SRG camera is that I'm a mover. I talk with my hands, I walk all over the place, I'm constantly on the go. With our old cameras, you got one static shot. But the auto tracking feature allows me to kind of not have to think about where I am. If we need to go to another side of the room where the students are actively creating content on our computer workstations, I can go over there. It's gonna follow me. Having the ability just to be me and not have to be mindful of the tech really provides such great flexibility as an instructor.
When we first got the demo, I thought to myself, this is another camera. So I plugged it in. I had to go take care of a service call. Well, I came back from my service call into a dark room where I plugged it in. I wondered what was following me. So I tried to go out the other door and it's still following me. It didn't look like it was jittery like I've seen most cameras do. It followed me seamlessly.
And as we had this plugged in and we would walk about, it would track us all to and fro around the room and never lose anyone. So that was when we were like, this is our product. This is doing exactly what we needed to do.
With this out of the box, it's as simple as you turn it on and it just starts working.
The learning curve for using these cameras is pretty much non-existent. It was super simple for all the instructors. All they have to do is make sure all tracking is enabled, go to the front of the room and start teaching. Another issue we had was that the prices just kept going up year after year without any actual change or improvements. So with Sony, we were able to have the latest and greatest technology that we could really use in all different spaces on campus and have support from Sony that we can trust and ask what we needed and always been there to help us support. With the latest update of the camera, we are able to now track up to 8 people at one time. This really helps in some rooms and situations on campus.
When I work with my clients to be able to pick out room design and equipment, and then they tell me what their use cases are going to be, we do a lot of presentations, we do a lot of dissertation defenses, those things. I said, well, this would be great because you could set it up for one person or 2 or multi, and then I said, if you're doing a panel discussion, they just hit the button for the number of people, and they're able to be tracked.
Even new features coming out in a firmware update that's going to even expand on the already awesome feature set.
That'll allow them to be able to do hand setup, and then that while those hands are moving within the models, the students will be able to see the tracking and movement as they grab tools and everything. So I'm thinking that's going to be a great deployment, so I'm really excited about knowing that firmware is coming out.
I love the fact that Sony keeps trying to evolve their technology. With that being released, we can now offer that as a solution and continue to use that in our ecosystem that we control.
They can focus on what they're an expert at without having to be an expert in technology as well.
I'm a subject matter expert in this field. Their job is to teach whatever their discipline is, and I want them to just be pain-free at that part of it, to just teach. My passion is giving them the technologies to teach better, to let that evolution continue to grow.
Having the opportunity to not think about the camera, it's just going to track me wherever I go. Somebody, like I said, being on the move, it helps.